lie, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so tired. I'm burnt. I'm burnt. I'm tired, but I'm still tap in. I guess I'll tap in for a minute. I was gonna dive in tonight, but I said, man, I like my last route. I was yawning so hard. I said, yeah. I said I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow because, yeah, I ain't trying to be up all night type stuff. But it's the weekend. I hope everybody is gonna have a beautiful weekend because I'm telling you, today is my Friday. No work, no work. No work until Monday. So thereof, I'm gonna come tap in for a little bit. Just talk about a couple of things that was kind of going through my mind that I was seeing. Dang, wait, hold on, this thing ain't on yet. Oh, what's up with it? Bruce Lee. Man, I can't sleep neither. I'm not gonna hold you. I can't even sleep neither. I was just watching some videos just now, basically watching a video talking about like Satan, well, Lucifer in the Ethiopian Bible. And like it just had me thinking like why, like when you hear a lot of these old stories, why it seemed like to me it just feels like, even when they talking about God's, like it's different aspects of ourselves. I'm never ready. I ain't ready, bro. I told you, man, I'm tired as hell, bro. I'm tired, but I know if I go to sleep right now, I'm gonna just be waking up every hour. So I said I'm gonna go on and pop in and chop it up. What's up, Shiva? Bruce Lee? Hi, everybody. Like I said, I hope everybody having a blessed. You off this weekend, Shiva, or what? Is you off or is you on? Is you off or is you on? But no, like I was saying though, it's crazy now when I hear these stories of like the gods, the heavenly places, and these different places, bro. That shit kind of throws me off because it be seeming like they talking about stuff that's going on within us. Like it don't sound like it's outside of us. That's why I like name this like like everything is happening within, because it seems like it's all like you can't. It's so hard now for me myself to put things outside of myself, because even when I'm thinking about it, whether I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it, all of it is coming within. And so like now when I'm seeing these stories about the gods, and I'm watching the story about Lucifer, it seems like it's talking about different aspects of ourself. Like we have all these layers of ourself that we don't really see. I'm talking about like godly layers down to the fleshly layers, and we don't really see all of them. So we're stuck in this one right here, but it took all of them to actually come together and be the one. And it's like kind of trippy because that's what the stories just sound like to me now. It sound like aspects of ourself. And then when you go and you dive in on psychedelics, you see all these different aspects. They open up to you, and you be able to see these different parts of yourself. Like let's say exactly, those stories can mean more than one thing. Yeah, they all can mean a lot of things. They all can mean a lot of things. You know what I was tripping off of today though, Shiva? I said, when did it get to the point to where we had to look outside of ourselves to find out or know who we were? Good looking out, Master Creator. Thanks for the donation. But when did we have to start looking outside of ourselves? Like I watch videos a lot. Like I watch all types of videos, like all the time, like probably a lot of other people do. But then it's like I watch a lot of videos that's explaining reality, explaining how the mind works, explaining how the body works, and all these different things. And it's like, dang, man, when did we get to the point to? And then some of these videos, it might not even be close to the actions of yourself, but once you hear it, you kind of put yourself like in that loop of that video or whatever it is that you're watching. You begin to put yourself in in that place. And like I think that's what kind of like had me tripping off that, because I'm going, dang, you know, you got every video is teaching you how to be you, like as if you don't you didn't spend your whole life being you, your whole life, like all your life you done spent being you, and you still don't know how to be you, to where you have to look for guidance outside of yourself in order to be you. Affect your trip on mushrooms? Oh yes, yes, yes. It heightens it. It heightens. I don't know, like it heightens it. I was just telling my cousin that, Bruce Lee, because when he dove in, he had some enigmas, and he took them. He the one that seen the Starlink and was like, "Cuz, am I tripping? Am I tripping?" Like I told him, like he was drink, because he had drink do the same thing at times, and I told him, bro, if you drink on shrooms, one thing about it, you have to be careful. You will drink a couple of bottles off shrooms, and it'll mess your whole day up the next day. You have to be careful, because for one, like say if my experience is not really, you know, like hella boom, like once I add the alcohol, it opens the experience a lot more, and a lot of times it make it last even longer. Like when like that's what I started doing. Like once my experience seemed like it's wearing off, instead of taking more shrooms, I'll drink some alcohol. I'll drink some more drink. I'll take like 2 more shots, and like that's how I like make my experiences last all night. But it's not a good thing to do. I'm not gonna lie to you. And for the reason is because you do it with alcohol, it's gonna make the experience more intense. But yeah, it's not gonna be a good day the next day, depending on, you know, who you are. Like me, so I know my limit now. Like at first I didn't. I used to just, you know, I'll be drinking, and like I'll like I know, like if I sit down and I have a drink, like last night, remember I was drinking on the live. I was drinking on the live last night. Like I know my limit now, to where I only a drink, usually like one of these bottles, a half a bottle will be my limit. But last night I only drunk to about right here. You feel me? And now I just had another shot like just now. But with the shrooms, I don't know, bro. It just make that shit more intense for me, and it make it last longer. Like my visuals be off the chain. Like when I consume alcohol and shrooms, like my visuals just be crazy. Like it just, I don't know, bro. It's just different for me. But I don't think it's a good idea, because it's something that you can get, you got to get used to. It's something that I don't think anybody should do. I'm not gonna lie. It's not what you should do. It's not if you don't do it already, or you haven't been doing it, don't do it. It's not, because like I said, you will overdrink, because you will be able to drink like a fish. You won't know your limit, and it will actually make the experience go for 10, 12, 14 hours. You'll still be tripping. The more you drink, the shrooms will stay activated. They will not die off, and they will let you drink as much as you want. You won't even feel tipsy. You won't even feel drunk. You'll feel the mushrooms, but you won't feel the alcohol, and that's the scary part. You feel me? That's the scary part. That's why I say, you know, it ain't for everybody. But me, I've been doing it so long now that I'm used to it. I can do it and and know my limit. The last time though, I didn't know my limit. I'm not gonna lie. He said the molecule machine works. Yeah, bro. I wish I had my molecule machine. I ain't gonna hold you. I let somebody use it, and every time they called me, they was like, "Yeah, I took my friends. I showed my friends, and they took a trip. It was breaking everybody through." He said, "Man, it was instant breakthroughs. I never got it back though. I never got it back." But he said, "What about alcohol before a hit of DMT?" Oh, it's going the alcohol. It's something about the alcohol that's just going to kill all the stop signs and the scariness of the DMT. Like that's where I started at though. E school. That's where I started at. Like my cousin passed away, right? And I got drunk one night. And like I got drunk because like this my cousin. I grew up with this person. Like I lived in the same house as this person all the way up and until I was like 16, 15 years old. I lived in the same house with this person. So like when they passed away, like I was like hurting. Like I got drunk one night and I just smoked the DMT. And then after that I said, dang, I said I can drink and I can smoke DMT because it takes away the stop signs, the scariness. Like, you know, a lot of people had that fluttery feeling, butterfly feeling before diving in on the DMT because, you know, it's so intense. It took the scariness, but the alcohol took the scariness away. I didn't have no kind of, bro. I said, man, I must have dove in hella times that night. But I had some dope ass trips. But after that, I started. That's when I would drink, and then you know I'll take DMT. You feel me? But like I said, it's not for everybody. But the alcohol will kill the stop signs. You know how it is when you get drunk. When you get drunk and you tipsy and you don't give a fuck. Like it'll stop all the fears is gone. All the fears is gone. It's like done. Like so it always made it easy for me to go in. I could just I could just dive in and then I wouldn't be spooked. I wouldn't have no type of fear. I think that's what I loved about that, and that's what got me started and made me actually start drinking when I dove in with the shrooms. And then I started drinking when I dove in the shrooms, and I got used to it. To where, like, right now, right, I started to have a sip, and the first thing I do now, if I get tipsy, as soon as I get tipsy, I want to go and take some mushrooms. But the only reason I'm not tonight is because, like I said, I'm burnt from work. And like I don't want to have a dope ass experience, and then not be able to remember it because I'm fatigued and I'm tired. You feel me? Like that's one thing I was talking about. Me and Rob was talking about, and he was saying like when he be fatigued and he get off work, if he dive in, he don't remember his experience as much. And then that's what I started seeing. Like I can remember my experience, but I don't see it as clear as I would if I wasn't fatigued. So it's like, you know, but every time now I'm like, if my girl go and be like, can you stop and get a bottle? I'll be like, okay, I'll go get a bottle. And then once we start drinking, I'll take some shrooms with it. Like I just got used to that, to where if I'm drinking, I have to usually take some. 9 times out of 10, if I'm having a drink, I mean, even if I'm just having a drink with my partners, I have to take some shrooms with it. It's just part of my program now. I hate to say it. Let's see, Elohim, risen Christ, on shrooms. I don't know, bro, but I'm just used to it now. Like soon as the alcohol starts to kick in, like I said, it's kind of weird because it takes away the fear. Because, you know, you always have this fear of what you going to see. Like, when you diving into the unknown, like, and you first starting off and you, like, barely getting into this stuff. Like, man, it took me years to get over the fear. Like, just to get over conquer the fear that I was creating myself. It took years for me to even see that I was the one creating it. Same, I got used to getting my nerves down, then wanting shrooms after like 2 beers. Exactly. Yeah, that shit be crazy. That shit be crazy. But it helps get over that fear of, because, man, that shit be so intense sometimes, man. When my cousin dove in the other night, only thing he could text me, it was like, man, this shit is hella intense. I shouldn't have took so many. Like, every time he would text, that's what it would say. Man, this shit is hella intense. And you know that, like, this is the crazy thing, right? Shrooms are so intense that people take mushrooms, like they know how to, like, I'm not gonna say they don't know how to dive, but they don't know how to dive in. People take mushrooms and they do shit. They do things. They want to walk in the forest. You feel me? They want to walk around the house. Nobody likes to lay down and put that blindfold on. Like, I think that's the part right there that is scary, because for a lot of people, because it takes them away from this. Like, it's almost like you getting dragged off, you feel me? Like ICE raided and they got you, you feel me? Like, they don't like that. So I was telling him like, bro, just kick back. Every time, like even my uncle, like when I first took him on the experience, kick back, close your eyes, watch what happened. And when it start kicking in, and like it feels soon as it feel like it's pulling them away, they open their eyes and they try to find something to do. Like, no, I can't do that. Like, cause I remember the first time, like when I started closing my eyes and actually letting the experience take me instead of trying to control the experience, because that was the time I was seeing all the flesh everywhere. I'm seeing like twisted flesh, body parts, cut off heads, all the torsos, limbs, like twisted though. It was like almost like fucking that Rick and Morty shit with the one dude that kept on saying you can run but you can't hide, bitch. That was like I was in a place that was like twisted flesh like that. Freddy Krueger like twisted flesh. The light poles, the ground, the street, all was made of twisted flesh. And I was scared. I said, I'm not closing my eyes. I kept telling my girl, I said, I'm keeping my eyes open this whole time. Like I was walking around the house, but every time I blink, because you got to blink sometimes. So every time I would blink, I would be in that place. I'm talking about for like 3 to 5 seconds. I'll be in that place and I'm like, hell no, bro. I'm like trying to hold my eyelids open. And then I just sat on the bed and I balled up my fist and I said, I'm going to take it. Fuck it, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. And I just closed my eyes and I was like, I'm going to take it. 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 And the next thing you know, I was in the place. Like I was in the place. I'm standing on the flesh, looking at this twisted flesh city, and I'm just like, oh shit, how the fuck I get here? And then like it made me start questioning things, because I'm sitting there, but I'm there, and I'm like in like different places at the same time. So I'm like, wait, hold on, this not making sense. Like, how am I here and I'm there at the same time? I'm like, this don't make sense. And once I start questioning it, shit started changing. I got used to it. That's why I said like people will demonize the experience, because we've been programmed to believe in demons and to accept demons to be all these bad things. But when you really think about it, the only thing that's harming people is other people or animals. But so once you get over the fear of the demons that you put in yourself, which I call the boogeyman, I call the fear the boogeyman, because when you were younger, you were your cousins, your uncles, your father, your parents, they instilled the boogeyman fear in you your whole life. They told you not to do this, because that will do this to you. You feel me? Oh, don't go in there in the dark because the monster gonna get you. Like they instilled the boogeyman fear in you. So like that's what we walk around with. We think these demons and all these things can harm us. So a lot of times when we see scary stuff on mushrooms, we get spooked and we want to run. We get scared and go, oh, those the demons trying to get me. But I don't care if something scary on mushrooms grab you and twist you up and turn you in circles and chew you up and spit you out. You still come back right here. Right here. So it's like, getting over the fear of yourself that you created. You created the fear and said, like that's the thing that I always say, bro, is you know what you scared of, right? If you know what you scared of, and you go in front of yourself that you are scared of, it's the most wickedest thing. Because when you dive in on shrooms, you're facing yourself. You're facing you. You're facing every thought, every idea, everything that you didn't ever put into your mind, you're facing it. Everything that you was ever scared of getting a paper cut, scared of clowns, scared of elephants, scared of barking dogs, every fear. But it's crazy because the fear don't come just in those things that you said you was scared of it was. You feel me? It comes in a formless idea that can form into anything. So whatever fear that you activate at the time, that's what that shit turn into, bro. That's just what it turns into. He said, let's see, gotta outsmart that part of your brain. Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? Yeah, you do have the power to overcome. Like a lot of times, that's how the way I outsmarted myself was before I dove in. A lot of times I would tell myself, because a lot of people, exile, all of them used to say, you got to give in to the trip. You got to let go. And I lie. I lied to myself all the time. Man, okay, before I go in, I say, okay, I let go. I let go. I let go. And then when I get into the trip, I was scared. And then bam, next time I go, okay, I let go. I let go. Whatever happens, happens. And then when I start getting scared, my brain started reacting to it, going, dang, you don't got to be scared. You already let go. So whatever happens is going to happen. Let it happen. Don't be scared of it. You can't stop it. Once the trip begins, you can't stop it. Once the fear kicks in, the fear is going to quadruple itself. It's going to 1,000 times itself. The fear you can't do, it's not going to do anything but grow. That's it. That's all it's going to do, because your mind is trained to add to the fear. Like, it's almost like somebody walking up to you and pointing a gun at you. Like, you're going to get scared, and your mind going to think of all these things that could happen and all these things that you should do at that moment. So when you have the fear in the psychedelics, it does the same thing times 1,000. And 1,000 is just a little, where it's really times infinity to where it kicks in. You got to hold on. Oh, you got to hold on. It's really times the infinity when it actually kicks in, because it's an infinite amount of things that can happen when it comes to being scared. You can want to run. You know, it's probably gonna grab you. It's probably gonna run you over. It might eat you. It might do this to you. All type of fucking weird shit that go through your mind that you've seen happen in real life. Like, you seen people get on TV, you see people get shot, you can see people fall off buildings. You done seen people perish in every which way possible. All that shit still exists right in the back of your mind, waiting for that time to come out and spook you and scare you. You know, it's waiting for you. It's been there. He said, telling yourself is power. Yeah, it is. It's basically building it up. It's building it up. And then over time, once you start to learn to really let go, you start to, like I said, you start to become the experience, which is the weirdest thing I can't never understand. That's the part that I really can't get, because a lot of the experience, I become what I'm seeing. A lot of times everything that I'm seeing, it don't matter what it is, I become it. Like, I be so in tune to it, I become it, instead of trying to fight it and do all these things and make it seem like it's outside of myself. Like, I actually become it. But some trips I don't, bro. Some shit, I don't fucking know what to call that shit. That shit seems like it exists somewhere within us or something. I think sometimes you have to embrace the fear, because once you go through it, you realize it was nothing to be scared of. You can tell people, but they have to go through it on their own sometimes. Exactly. That too. That's what I'm saying, Dwayne. That's what I was saying when I was seeing the twisted flesh. Like I didn't want to close my eyes, but I just, after a while, I balled up my fist, bro, and I just said, I'm gonna take it, 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 and I had to face it. I had to face that fear. But it's weird, because once you start understanding the fear and how the fear works, you'll see all the things that you always been scared of, bro. Like me being scared of heights. And like, I could see everything I was in fear of. And those fears created other fears that created other fears that created other fears, to where I'm walking around with this baggage of fear that I can't get away from. You feel me? Because fear keeps on creating more fear. And it'll create it like because fear is like an infinite thing. It's an infinite amount of things to be scared of. So one thing can turn into a multitude of things. So it's like I started seeing all the things I was scared of. Like, dang, even, the police phobia, when you be driving up the street and you see the police and you get scared and you try to straighten up. Like that fear. Like, the fear of getting in the car wreck. The fear of, you feel me, tripping and falling and you feel me, and breaking something. Like, you got all these different fears that we created over time. And then after a while, you start to kind of see them and just kind of make you laugh. Like, it was like I Literally, like I was scared of that right there. Like I was scared when I seen the octopuses. I was scared, and like the octopuses was twisting me in and out of dimensions. But when I first seen them, I was spooked. I didn't know what the fuck they was. I'm like, bro, they about to attack me, get me. They gonna steal my soul. They gonna steal this. They gonna take this part of me, and I'm not gonna be able to get it back. I found. I definitely in Christ maybe has something to do with true identity. He said, "Fear of who am I?" Yeah, and that's basically what it man is. Just fear of yourself. It's just different things that you done created yourself over time. It's like weird. It's like weird. Like what's up with it? Decast. Hey, it's like UL said, like, you know, when you go all the way in on the psychedelics and you pull back the curtain and you see that it's you standing behind the curtain because you the one that accepted this, that said this wasn't true, said this was real. You the one who fortified your fucking fort. You fortified your building, your mind into being what it is, and you trapped all these things in your mind and you made it as you went along. Like you had help doing it. You didn't do it by yourself because you know, even though we got it from somewhere, we know all that. But still though, you was the one that chose, that said, okay, I believe in this. I don't believe in that. I accept that over there, but I don't believe this. Like me and Master Creator had the joke, yeah, you the one said that she was the most beautiful girl in the world, and that's why you with her right now. You feel me? It's like the trippiest thing, bro. You start to see that your mind, and then as you, like, it's weird because once you see that your mind did all these things, you can understand where you at in life right now and why things around you look the way they is and why you have the ones in your life because of all the things that you did and accumulated, the different ideas you accumulated around the way, the different on the way of living, like all these different things. And you see your life right here and go, God damn, like it's supposed to be like this because I made it like this. He's like, I haven't seen, let's see, I haven't seen tentacles that came out of Cosmic Portal last 4CO trip. They were golden and had blue eyes across. Oh, damn. Booba Scuba? Yeah, that's wild. I need to hear more about that. They said, I had a gold and blue vision of me meeting Viking and beating a death demon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, them be the, hey. When I met the octopus entity one time, and me and the octopus entity went through my body and was fighting like all the fucking toxins and shit I had in my body. We was fighting off, matter of fact, because I was taking I think I was, because I went to the dentist and I was getting something done on my teeth, and you know how they give you the amoxicillin, I don't know what the fuck that shit called, but the antibiotics to fight off certain shit, to fight off the infections before they do the work on your teeth. Yeah, and when I took the shrooms after I, you know, was taking those, like, man, it was fucking crazy as shit because the shrooms was like this octopus creature. And it was like, I know I was inside of my body. Like, I know it for a fact, bro. I met my heart. I met my lungs. It was taking me through parts of my body and me seeing, like, my heart, my lungs, and different parts of my body that was they self, that was like its own set entity. It was like weird as shit. And I kept asking in the beginning when I first took them, I said, man, do shrooms stay inside you? Because the octopus, as we was going around fighting off this amoxicillin or whatever that medication was in my body, we destroying it. We finding the little particles of it and we destroying it. But then the octopus-like creature would do something and go poof, and like all these little spores would drop out. And like say, like it was like say we inside my veins, bro. We inside my veins. So every time we get to a certain part inside my veins, he will drop these fucking spores, and they will fall and go. And as they fall, they start to attach to like the lining of my fucking veins. The like they'll just attach to the walls, like go boom, 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 just attaching all the way down. And then we'll go over here and then we'll be fighting and doing some type of shit. And then once we get over there and we start going through another tunnel like of my veins, he'll do it again, go whoo. And then all these spores will come out, like almost like the mushroom spores, and then they'll just drop and start attaching to like certain parts of my veins and shit. And I'm like going, bro, that shit was weird as hell. It was weird as hell, but this the weirdest part is when you seeing stuff on mushrooms and you can understand what the fuck is going on. That's the part that don't get me, because a lot of it seemed like you wouldn't know. Like, it's certain parts of your body that you see that you would have to actually see through a telescope, an x-ray, and certain shit like that. But on shrooms, you can go through your whole body and see every aspect of your body. You can go to parts of your brain that you ain't never touched. You can go parts of your body that you ain't never touched. You can go through your whole body and see everything. And see everything. The inside, not the outside, the inside. And you can flow through it and touch different parts of it. And like damn near had conversations with certain parts of it, because my lungs, I was crying. What I did to my lungs, I was like, man, I didn't know y'all was real. Like, I don't know, like, have you ever considered or done ayahuasca or the DMT that comes off the toad? Yeah, dang, you didn't see my one where when we went to Joshua Tree and yeah, I took the ayahuasca. And Charles was like, I threw it up in like 2 minutes. He was like, bro, he was like, it's not gonna work. And I was like, it's not gonna work. So Master Creator gave me like, it was like 3 to 6 grams of shrooms. And I just ate the shrooms. And I'm like, you know, and I'm just chilling. We just talking. I'm like, told my boy, man, pass me a beer. He gave me a beer. I popped the beer. I hit the beer and got shocked by lightning, bro. I got shocked by lightning. Like, everything went light, like white. And I could see the lightning go and like hit me. Like, it was like, whoa. I'm like, what the fuck? I looked at the beer like, what the fuck is going on with this beer, bro? Like, hell no. I said, man, let me see. I drunk it again, same thing. Shocked me. Shock of lightning. Everything turned white. Next thing you know, the trip began. I was ISIS. I was that ISIS character with the wing out and the wing down. I was all type of shit off that shit. I was like the shrooms with the ayahuasca. It was like the most, bro, it was the craziest experience. Like, it was like when I noticed I was I was like the ISIS character, bro. Like, we was doing something. I went to wipe my eye like this, and my eye was a wing. But life from beginning to end was just ISIS going like this. That was life, beginning to end, bro. Beginning, because when I did it the first time, I seen life, bro. It was fucking weird as shit. I seen life start from beginning and stop right there at us. And when it stopped at us, I'm looking at my hand. My hand was a gold wing. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I did it again. And then life, it went past us. It went past us like fast as shit. It seemed slow while you in it, but it went fast as shit and went past us. And like I was like that ISIS thing, that ISIS statue, bro. And then, dang, I remember it was like the sky came down, cause like I'm looking at them and they was standing in the sky with the stars. The stars weren't even like the stars. It's like almost like the sky was a blanket, right? And the only thing that the stars was a light on the other side of the blanket. Huh? Oh. Okay, I'll get you another one. Go ahead, get you some. But that's what the stars was. The stars was basically like another universe or something on the outside of the blanket. Like somebody threw a blanket over this, but they just had a light on wherever they was. That's what the stars was, peeking through the blanket. So it was like kind of trippy, because like now I'm like geeking. I'm seeing the gestures jumping around. I was like, man, I'm about to go in the tent. Like, I seen my yacht draped over the sky. I went in the tent and the gestures started dripping through like fucking liquid through the seams in the top of the tent. They was dripping in, jumping around us. And like it was weird, bro, because I'm looking at like I laid outside the tent and like Master Creator is talking to me. Oh my God, I cannot forget it. It was like, bro, it was like the wildest thing. Master Creator talking to me, right? But he had on a robe, like one of them brown like robes that like the monk people be having on, like the coat fucking people be having with like the hoodie on and shit. And like I couldn't. He laying down like on his side talking to me, but he got the robe. He got the brown robe with the fucking hoodie on, and I couldn't see his face. It was all dark. But right here, it was a star. It was like a 5-pointed star. It didn't have the tops weren't pointy though. They were like flat. The tops of the 5 points were flat, and like it was shining, so I couldn't see his face. And everybody else was like that. It was almost like we were cult members or something, and was like doing some type of ritual around the fire. And the ritual that we were doing was in order to create the universe that we was existing in or some shit. It was like fucking crazy as shit. I started getting kind of spooked to kind of even look at him, because I'm going, bro, this shit is trippy. I said, then it just really kicked in, and I seen Mother Ayahuasca. The part that fucked me up is when I seen Mother Ayahuasca. And like this is when I first started seeing like the reflection and the mirror stuff, because I was looking in the mirror, bro. I was myself, but when I was looking in the mirror, I was Mother Ayahuasca. My reflection was Mother Ayahuasca, and I'm like going, I'm like, hell no. I'm like, nah, this don't make sense. I'm like, this can't be real. And she was like, yeah, it's real. She was like, like that. This is what it is. And I'm like, no, it can't be. Like I can't be you, because this is my first time ever seeing you. So in my mind, I'm going, how is this possible? And then she sucked me back in time, and I started to see that I was shaman giving ayahuasca. Bro, I was every shaman that ever existed that ever gave ayahuasca to somebody. Bro, I was all different types of shaman giving people ayahuasca. And the only thing I was introducing them to was they self. They thought that like I'm giving it to them, but I'm not telling them that, oh, Mother Ayahuasca is you, Mother Ayahuasca is me. We all the same entity and all these different things. I'm giving it to them in order to show them this thing so they can see it for their self. And like I was getting groups to get, bro, I had groups, bro. I was a motherfucker that just had a flap right here, you feel me? With like a little thing. It looked almost like a fucking a cup that was made out of a coconut or some shit. You feel me? At one time it was like a shell. It was like a big ass shell. You feel me? From a fucking clown or something. But it was like all different ways, bro. I seen myself giving it to people, waking them up. And I'm like, bro, hell no. She like, yeah, this is what it is. It's what it is. We're all the same being type shit. And I was just like, fuck, man. But after that, I said, dang, if I do, because that time I was not ready. I was not ready for that. When I took the mushrooms, I was ready for the mushrooms, because I thought the ayahuasca wasn't gonna work. But the mushrooms and the ayahuasca together, the best trip I ever had in my life. I can say, no, I don't want to say that because I done had some dope ass experiences, but the ayahuasca with the shrooms, bro, that shit was different. It was different. It was shit that I seen that I never seen before on the experience. That was the thing. It was shit that I seen, like my yacht draped over the sky. I'm looking at her like how the Egyptians draw her. You feel me? Like that gold thing, and it's draped over the sky, like hands down on this side, feet down on that side. It was that in the sky. I'm looking at it. And then it like turned and it looked right at me. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, man, this shit is trippy. It was hella shit happened. I don't remember. It was a lot of shit happened off that ayahuasca. But that was the first time that I dove in on ayahuasca. But like I said, I don't know how many grams of shrooms that was. It had to be 3 to 6 grams of shrooms with it. But the trip was amazing. It was amazing. I was scared though. I'm not gonna hold you. I was scared as shit because I wasn't prepared. Like I really wanted to chill with everybody and and just chop it up and stuff like that, bro. I walked out of my tent, right? We in Joshua Tree. We out in the desert in tents. I stepped out of my tent, bro, and everything was white. Like everything was white. That's it. The only thing I could see was my tent. That's it. I only can see my tent right there. Everything else was white. I don't know how that is possible or what the fuck was going on, but all I know is I couldn't go that far. I know I didn't go that far, and I went to use the restroom, and somebody said, man, you can't use the restroom over here. And it's like, bro, I can't see nothing. I can't see shit. I hear y'all voices. I can't even see you. I can't even, all I can see is the tent. So as I just stepped out, went as far as I could because I couldn't see nothing. I didn't want to trip and fall in the fire, and I just used the restroom where I was and went back in the tent. But it was like I couldn't see nothing, bro. Everything was white but the tent. The tent was the only thing I could see, bro. I was like, what the hell? Then after that, like, it was weird because even when it wore off, bro, we just kept seeing falling shooting stars. Like, we was seeing shooting stars all night, bro. We was, look, Master Creator Cousin taught us how to move the clouds. I didn't even know it was possible. Bro. We was literally moving the clouds. We was like, now, I could see if it was just me and I did it by myself and I came and I said, oh, I was moving the clouds, and everybody like, oh, man, that ain't possible. It was three of us. And he was like, boom, did it like, man, you can do it too. We started moving the clouds, bro. Opened up the whole scenery where we was. It was clouds all the way around. But the whole sky was open in the middle to where we can see everything. We can see everything. Hey, Jay, I'm telling you, bro. That was when we have like the meetups be some wild experiences, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit, like, even the last one, look. The last one. Not the ayahuasca, but the shroom one. Like, that's the one, like, the last one, the last meetup we had, I can't fucking get out of my mind. I can't, cause I'm looking at the clouds, bruh, and the clouds was like, what's those little things that they be looking under the microscope? They call something bears or some shit. They look like little piglets or something. But they some kind of little bears that you only can see them under the microscope, and they got a name for them. I forgot what it's called, but man, I'm telling you, it's moving the clouds, bro. That shit was wild. But I started seeing these little things, right? But they was huge. They was big. They was small. They was all different sizes. They were the clouds. And then, like, next thing you know, bro, everything was just a reflection of my mind. Like, everything. It wasn't nothing more than that. And I said, God damn, it was like weird because, like, I could see my life. Bro, I don't know how many times I seen my life basically flash before my eyes. Like, the clouds, bro, I'm telling you, life was just a reflection of my mind. Everything out there was a reflection of me. Like, it didn't matter what I was looking at. I was looking at the mountains, a reflection of me. I'm looking at this over here, a reflection of me. And it was it was showing me that it was fact. It was fact. Like, you can't look, because I'm seeing it, and you know how, like, when you see something and you go, it got to be explained to you? Like, no, it didn't. I didn't need no explanation. I could see it. I could see each aspect of me happening in the mountains. And whatever was in the mountains, it was an old truck in the mountains. And that old truck that was in the mountains was like the S on my shirt. Like, that house over there was like this little piece of the triangle. Everything was just a reflection of what my body was, bro. I was like, oh, hell no. And, like, ever since I seen that, yeah, tardigrades, that's what it was a gang of them, bro. They was all different sizes. I called them little piglets. I don't know why, but they was like tardigrades. And, like, but once I seen the tardigrades, I can clearly see the reflection. I can see when I say clearly, bro, I can see my fucking life every step, every move I made, every breath I took, bro, that shit was trippy as fuck. Every breath I took, everything, bro. I could see every movement I made, every second of my life, every minute, every hour, bro. All of it. It was wide open. I ain't never had that trip again, but I could see it all, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, man, I was stuck. He said, best live trip experience of my life when we was moving clouds, stars, and zooming in and out of the constellations, like how you edit some on the iPad. It was crazy, but dope as fuck. We'll never forget that. Yeah, man, yo cousin, man, I keep forgetting his name. I always get his name wrong, so that's why I didn't say it. But he was the one, man. Once he showed us that, bro, we was stuck. We was doing that shit all night. That shit had me geeking. It had me geeking. I was like, we was literally moving the clouds, bro. We was moving them like, had the whole, look, our campsite, we had our whole campsite to where, because, you know, we only had a fire. We like in the pitch blackness. Ain't no lights. Ain't no light poles or none of that. We in pitch blackness. We opened that shit up to where, bam, you could see everything. It was lit up. Yeah, cousin Addie. Man, we had that whole shit lit. I said, man, that was dope as shit though, bro. That shit was dope. I said, that's why I said, man, we do another meetup. It got to be with the right people. Hey, bro, what has the trips taught you, if anything, about what we call time? Oh man, that time is not even really a thing. I think it like always felt like it taught me like we created time in order to save. Like almost like how a computer saves certain things, like pictures save that moment. Like that's what we made time for, to save the moments. We like time because time don't exist. Like everything is happening only at one time. It don't stop. It don't ever stop. Time doesn't ever stop. It's happening at one. Everything is happening at one time. Like, period. There's no more to say about that. It's happening at one time. There is no time points. We created that in order to save the moments. So we created time, we created the years, we created days, we created minutes, we created all that in order so we can save that moment. And we'll remember that moment happened at that time, at this time point right here. But all life is only happening at one time. Like that which was time is a circle, which is one of my experiences that I had, to where I seen that big giant worm creature, that lone worm creature, and it had all the TV screens on its stomach going all the way down, as far both left and right, as far as the eye could see. And everybody's life was happening on those TV screens. You could see everybody, like it didn't matter who it was, from the first people that lived, the Egyptian soldiers, from Michael Jackson, James Brown, and it was all happening side by side, bro. It was like almost like the Egyptian soldiers' life was still going on as our life was going on right now. Like, it was weird as fuck. It was like all time was happening at one time, at one given time. It wasn't split up. It wasn't broke up. It wasn't in sections. It was like, so like, say Egypt, right? And how we say, oh, the past, and this happened in the past. No, the past is happening right now. This is the past. The future, oh, we talk about the future. No, the future is now. This is the future. This is the future, and this is the past. Like, it's like that time thing is not even a thing, because all of it is, like I said, happening at one time. So ancient Egypt is still going right now. It's happening the same time as the 2025 is happening. 2024 is happening the same time as 2025 is happening. 1975 is happening the same time as 2025. They're all happening like that, like at one time. So like Bro, I don't know how to explain it and break that shit down, but I can see it. I can still see it because the way it was showed to me, I'll never forget it. And it was like, God damn. I was like, wait. But I was like tripping because, like, when you think about it, right? If you look at we would call it a timeline. Even when we make a timeline, what do? We put everything side by side. Like, when you look at a timeline, you can see the whole timeline at one time. So the being, the entity that's above us, the higher entities, they can see the whole timeline, right? They can see the whole timeline happening at one time. They can see my life, the ones who lived before me, the ones that's gonna live after me. They can see it all at one time. Like, we just can't see it. But them, like on the timeline, how they schedule it, and you be able to look at the timeline in your face, and you can see every time happening at one time right there on the timeline. You can go to each one and go, oh, right here in '02, this happened with Whoop-de-Whoop. Or you can go all the way and push forward to 2024 and go, oh, look, right here at 2024, this happened. That's how those things look at it, whatever they are. The thing that is the thing can see it all happening at the same time because it's happening at the same time. It's not split up or nothing. He said, let's see, it's crazy because, okay, I read that one. Been together for over 12 years and I never got her pregnant. It's always, yeah, that's fucking crazy. That was crazy, Master Creator. That was that last experience. We never even talked about that on the live. I'm still not, unless you do. It's always now. Time ain't what we've been taught that it is. He said, but now I'm having my first child due in September. Yeah, that shit is dope, bro. And seeing that is just, that shit is a mind blowing. You know why it's mind blowing? It's because you've seen it and you didn't say nothing. And that's what we usually do. We don't say nothing until it happens. And like, that's what I do. Like, I see certain things that happen on experiences and I'll see the future and I won't say nothing. I like keep it to myself, and then when it get here, it's like, oh shit, it said this was gonna happen. I didn't want to say anything because when I was off the 4ACO and I was tripping here, and I seen myself in a place in Fresno, and I'm like going, why would I be in that place? That shit don't even make sense. And I'm tripping off 4ACO in that place in Fresno, and then when the time come, like, I just paid it no mind. And then when the time came, I was in that place doing 4ACO. And it was like, see, I told you, I showed you this. Like, it's many a times to where the psychedelics showed me the future before I got to it. And I just didn't want to accept it because, we've been already programmed that you can't see your future. Like, that's impossible. To see something that ain't happened yet, you feel me? And then you get there and you like, what the fuck? Like, hell no, bro, stop playing with me. My mind playing tricks on me. Let's see, you gotta go back to get that dude out of the diner. Oh yeah, that was fucking crazy. He was hot, bro. He wasn't he wasn't hot. He was just confused. Like, is this reality? And like, is this it? Like, he was just sitting still in that diner, bro. And I said, damn, bro. But when you think about it, Jay, just think about how many realities you done created like that, right? With females, think about how many women you probably had relationships with, and in your mind at the time when you started, you said this is gonna be forever, and so that forever played out within your mind, but then it stopped here because you said, man, I ain't fucking with her no more. She did this or she did that or something happened and y'all broke up. But that whole existence that you created of what was gonna happen still played out within you, and it's still playing out. Like, that's the craziest thing that I've been shown that I could really understand from psychedelics, that any outcome that you create, like all of them, like every outcome that you create is gonna still play out and it's gonna exist because you're gonna live them out before you even have it. When you think of it and you say this is what's gonna happen, a part of you lives it out. An aspect, a fractal of you lives it out. You feel me? I always explained it like, like you say, okay, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get some Skittles. and then you end up walking to the store, right? You didn't already played out in your mind just walking to the store and getting some Skittles. You didn't plan out going to on the way to the store, your partner calling you and going, "Hey man, come pick me up. I want to go to the store with you." You didn't plan on, okay, when you get there, you know, he didn't have the money, so you had to pay for his soda. You didn't plan all those different things. You only planned the one that played out already. But we play so many different of these situations out, and they continue to exist in our subconscious mind. They don't go away. They happen, and they live themselves out. And it's kind of weird because on shrooms or like on psychedelics, you begin to visit those places that you created. You begin to visit. Like Rob had one that he created that he visited, and it was like his. It was a dark place though, but it felt like home to him. Like he was like, man, I felt so good there. You feel me? Yeah. It's like it did. I ain't smoked tree for 5 months, and I've been smoking daily constantly since I was 13. I know, ain't that some shit, bro? We just quit smoking tree. I just knew Mary Jane. I remember I smoked Mary Jane. The first time I smoked Mary Jane was shrooms. And then they started talking, and they left me out of the conversation. And I was like, wait, hold on, what about me? It was like, I ain't gonna lie, Mary Jane and the mushrooms was having a whole little ordeal going on. And I just sat back and I just watched it. And it was like they forgot about me. They forgot I was even there tripping and shit. I said, man, I can't do that no more. But now I even got accustomed to that. But now it's like, dang, I ain't smoked since sometime in January, February, or something like that. It's been a minute now, and I don't have. It's crazy because like once you stop, you don't have no cravings. Like I don't even crave to smoke weed. Oh, about what? They was just like, it was like almost like like they had like found love or something, bro. And I like almost like if you set your partner up with your girlfriend friend, and then you just kind of just watch them, be like, look at them. They all lovey-dovey and shit. They all in love and shit. It was like some shit like that. And it was like, hella fucking, what do you call it? Hella shit just going on, bro. And I was just on the side just watching it. It was like weird because I wasn't even a part of it. It was like the weed took over the experience, and the mushrooms, and like I said, the weed they was conjugating, okay? They was conjugating. Yeah, he said you leveling up, Master Creator. Yeah, that shit was dope because he didn't tell me, Dwayne, until after it happened. He said, man, this is what I was seeing. And I'm like, bro, for reals? Like, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Like, you see it and then it happens. And you just like, nah, it's not possible. You know what it remind me of, bro? I hate it. I hate that I always got to go to little, like, Bible shit because remember when, it was somebody, wife in the Bible that was, like, old and they couldn't get pregnant, and then the angel came to him and said, you gonna have a baby. They're like, man, I'm too old to have a baby. And they end up getting pregnant. I don't know how the story went. But you feel me? It remind me of certain shit like that. I said, man, they had to be off psychedelics. They had to be. Everybody in the Bible had to be off psychedelics. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what I don't know. I think they was though. I think that's the part. That's why John Allegra said that it was a mushroom cult. He said Jesus. He said the Christianity. It's a mushroom cult. Nobody wants to accept it though. But like I think we know a lot of the religious texts came from people diving in. Like we was talking about it last time, remember? Is a boy or a girl? Yeah, I'm looking for a good job now. I'm about to pass my piss test with flying colors now. Yeah, that's dope, bro. Hey, yeah, you got to step it up because I'm telling you, you got to start buying Pampers early. Like now. Like it's time to start buying Pampers already, bro. You feel me? Like people get caught up on buying clothes and shoes. No. You don't need to buy a gang of clothes and a gang of shoes because like they're gonna grow out of that shit so fast. They're gonna grow out the shoes so fast. They're gonna grow out the clothes so fast. Hella fast. Hella fast. I'm talking about every week. They're gonna be a little bit bigger. They can't fit that no more. Can't fit them shoes no more. Like, but it's time to start buying Pampers. Pampers the first thing, bro, because you're going to go through diapers left and right. You say, I think in the Bible, you're talking about Sarah. Yeah, Sarah and Abraham. Sarah and Abraham. And the angel or something came to her and was like, Sarah, you going to have a baby. And she said, how? I'm too old to have a baby. Like, how the hell I'm going to have a baby? Like, come on now. Wait, we should have opened up Chatbot and asked Chatbot about this shit. I ain't never think about that. To ask Chatbot about the mushroom coats and different shit like that, dealing with scriptures and shit. I'm gonna do that next time because it's getting late. I'm about to have to tap out in a minute. I think I'm gonna have to tap out in a minute because it's getting kind of late. I ain't even ate nothing yet. I gotta put these clothes in the dryer and shit. But yeah, I'm about to have to tap out though, y'all. But it's the weekend, so like I said, I've been trying to get it to where I can go live every night and just and just so we can just tap in every night. That's dope, creator. Keep them with you when you go do stuff. Yeah, he'll learn how to be a man by watching you. He gonna come out. He gonna already have dreads. He gonna be born with dreads. Oh, Master Creator, I'm gonna have to send you a picture of Brooklyn when she was born. She already had an afro. All my kids had hair was this long when they was born. I said no. See, that's why I lost my hair because I keep telling them I gave them to them. I gave it to them. I gave it to them. You feel me? They all was born with a head full of hair, but. Yeah, I'm about to check out because I'm gonna get some rest. Because if I don't get no rest, I ain't gonna be able to tap in tomorrow. I came in earlier today. The only reason I came in earlier today because my girl woke me up at like 6 o'clock. I'm like, going, you just let me go to sleep at 4, 5. Like you just talking to me the whole time because you used to working and you off talking. Then just kind of I'm like going, dang, there's a True Life podcast with me. No. No, my kids can't even watch this shit. They can't even watch this. We be cursing too much. You feel me? We be cursing too much. I don't be cursing around them. I know they probably hear me and shit, but I'm just saying I don't be cursing a lot. With them and shit. Let's see. Wait, what this thing say? I hope I ain't dropping what's the name. Oh yeah, dropping frames. I'm gonna have to run a cord. But yeah, till next time, all right, Dwayne, all right, Master Creator, all right, Shiva, Awoken One. Yeah, peace out, y'all. Y'all have a good night, and dang, it's already after 12. But I'll see y'all later today. You feel me? And we'll run it back, and we'll run it on Sunday. Then we'll run it on Monday. I'm gonna try to get back to where I just kind of keep it going every day because, and I'll start putting stuff in the community tab so we can start having different stuff to talk about. But in a sense, it's like we be talking about so much stuff. Like sometimes I just like it like that. It'd be like how when you just pull up on one of your partners that you ain't seen in a minute and y'all just talking, it don't be no like format to it. It's like you just go as you go along, you just start talking. Like I don't know why I like that shit like that. Because it's like we ain't playing the game, we ain't playing the story, we ain't trying to make it into like everybody else do, which I feel like everybody else do, bro. Even when I name the videos, I'll name the video just whatever I'm thinking at the time, but I'd never do the video of what I name it. Because it's like I feel like we always be all over the place, and that's what I got accustomed to of us talking about whatever is thrown out there, whatever comes to mind, whatever this person brings up or that person bring up or I bring up at the time we talk. And I think that'd be the best thing because it's unfiltered. It's not in a way, it's like fucking, it's not scripted. It's not, none of it is scripted. This is never scripted. You feel me? We not following no scripts. You feel me? So I think I like it like that. I don't know, but let me know. And